2 of the Consumer Goods Cloud functional training session. I have started recording and I will share my screen as well. Okay, I don't know who else will join, but basically um, what happened last day was we were not really able to close day one presentation that I thought we will close. But yeah, that happens. I mean, because it is an interactive session, that might happen. That we might end up end the call before covering everything. So today, what we can do is we can quickly go through what was left in the last session and then start with the day two session. I was planning, so in the day two session, there is a recap questionnaire. I was planning to go through those first, but then since a lot of people have not joined yet, we may, spend some time on the day one content that is left first. So, in the day one, we ended with the personas role play, isn't it? Um, so this slide that I am showing you right now, this is a kind of everything that you may want to know regarding all the personas. Like, say, this is an example of sales rep slide where it is given that a sales rep on a typical day, how much
Ma'am, are
time
you
he,
sharing anything?
or
Because
okay, let
No.
me reshare once. Let me, I am not sharing or what? Okay, I'm not sharing. Okay, window. I'm sharing the window. Okay, are you able to see now?
yes, yes, your screen is visible.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, so no worries. This is the first slide I'm sharing. Okay, so this is the sales rep slide where it first says
No,
that
it's still not visible. I think you were just sharing the sheet or the whole.
I'm sharing the window. Oh, 1 second. If I share the window, everything should be visible.
Yes.
Uh, are you are presenting? So I will stop presenting and then again start. Okay. Okay. Entire screen. Huh. Okay. I think I shared entire screen now. Okay. And
Yes, yes. Now it's visible.
now it
Yes.
is visible. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So this one. Okay. Visible. Okay. Yes. So what I was saying here is in this particular slide, what you can see is time spent on work by a particular persona. Here we are talking about the sales rep, and we have kind of what kind of device he uses. Mainly, sales rep spends his time most of the time on field. That's why it is written that 5 hours is on the execution of the visit and 3 hours maybe on the travel on a typical day. And device that he might be using to do this is mobile and tablet. Desktop very low. I mean, if the company doesn't have or if the mobile or tablet is not working, then maybe desktop. And also at the end of the day or starting of the day, he might be using the desktop for the web view because mobile and tablet have a completely different view and capabilities, permissions, etc., whereas the web view has different capabilities. So yeah, a key quote is there where the sales rep, it is the motto of the day that I have to achieve my sales target. and win new customers, I need all the information in one place, which helps me to sell. So this is like his characteristics. Why this is important to see, because in the certification also we have seen not much, but couple of questions coming from this kind of thing, that there is a strategy, there is a scenario, and there is a strategy to be created before the sale starts, before the day starts. Who is the person who is responsible for doing creating that strategy? So it is not this straightforward, like I told, but the question is somewhat it is like that. And uh, there will be a confusion between the sales rep and the sales manager, but the answer will be sales manager, because sales reps are not responsible, or they do not really participate in strategies. That's why this one is given. And we have discussed about the goals also yesterday, where he has to kind of achieve some targets. He has to try to expand the product portfolio, and he has to interact with a lot of stakeholders, and maximum territory value, etc., ROI, etc. Now we have also discussed some pain points, and this is what is given here. And it is more like efficient planning, which was one of the pain points raised by one of you. And then prioritization, there is lack of contextual information that I was talking about, that getting all the data in one place. 360-degree data is also not always present in other siloed applications. If the sales rep is working on multiple applications, then this is what happens: lack of contextual information, and also too much data to capture. So when the sales rep goes to the shop, he has a lot of data to capture, and he has he sometimes ends up collecting less data, or maybe data in different places, from where he has to again struggle to get those data into one place. Again, there are some typical activities. I will not go through these, because we will be going through a small user user path, day of typical day of the user. That's why I'm not going through this. And basically there are some success measures and motivation, like sales operational efficiency, overall time taken, CSAT scores, if there is any satisfaction scores being taken during the visit. And of course, if there is any increase in the sales volume, means increase in orders and all, and customer retention, acquisition, etc. So this is what a sales rep has to go through. And how to go to the next one here? Okay. Now, sales manager. Yes, sales manager is basically, again, sales manager always mostly uses the mobile device. Tablet low, because he he is not that always present in any visit. He mostly spends his time strategizing and looking at data. So his usage of desktop is also high. And he basically spends around most of his time in the office looking at this data, and if sometimes he has to go out, that's why it is a bit less than the typical working day. And his motto would be to achieve maximum sales and sales volume, as any sales manager has to do. If you see the task types here, again, his task type is mostly strategic. He has to do negotiation, definitely. He has to, if any kind of negotiation has to happen with the retailer, attention to detail, definitely he has to do. And he has some goals and pain points. Again, I mean, for sales manager also, the pain points are identifying the optimal route, managing sales team, unable to have a holistic view, contact enablement with a high turnover sales representatives. Um, success measures and motivation for a sales manager is SLA compliance, meet all sales teams targets, development of the assigned territory, and gather market intelligence, which is this one is very important because through this he is going to strategize. Okay, if we do not spend much time here and go to the next one, that is operations. So these were the typical three personas we were talking about last day, right? So again, and sales operations person is going to spend most of his time in desktop app. And give me 1 second, I'll pull this down. And he is going to again, spend most of his time on operational task, and three around, mm, a bit less than half of his working hours in reporting, looking at the reporting or creating the reports, etc. Again, his pain points is data onboarding, managing key metrics, managing data. So his task is mainly on mm, kind of scheduling the visits, looking at the reports, finding out where to schedule the visits, what to schedule, which time, which account, and then scheduling them. So these are the things that typically few things that he does, and like onboarding new accounts and stores if he has to create new account, if he has to create any template, and it has to if it he has to update master data and create kind of a plan for sales and visits, sales promotions visits, everything. Okay, so let us again, why I'm struggling doing this. Can I minimize this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yes, I can minimize. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I will just take you through a key process of a typical retail business, because here we are mainly talking about retail execution. So this slide, that is why it is named as foundation, because you should know what all activities take place during a typical retail execution cycle. So these are the key processes like plan store visits, where review and plan visits of sales rep based on sales, inventory, service goals, etc. The second one is assigning reps to territories, and then third is prepare for store visit, where enabling reps to kind of 360 store profile, plan the visit data. These are all part of preparation. Execute visit, definitely this you know that during execution of visit, these are the things that generally happens. Two main categories. One is assessing shelf availability. When we talk about shelf availability, it is tracking the inventory of the shelves. It is like looking at the shelves and enabling audit of the shelves, that what was supposed to be in the sales versus what is there we can see in the sales in the shelves. And then the second one that the rep has to do is review in store promotions. So review promotions with store managers, capture promotion compliance are also his tasks. And the last task, another category of task, is to take orders. So if something is a product is not there in the store anymore, it has all been sold. So taking orders for those products, taking orders for new promotional products are also part of the visit execution. So this is something I have to show you. I intended to show you was this. This is something that I prepared for my project, and this is something which I prepared and in between. I mean, not exactly during the start, but in between We started during the to be process, we started during the start of the project, but then we had to kind of finish this during the mid time of the project. So if you see the flow here, it talks about, lot of things like this is the planning part where the sales rep or the operations people view the maps and create the filters in the map. All the activities that happens in the maps are captured, and then how to capture customers in those maps, and then create the visits. There are other ways of creating visits where the whole user journey says that these part is actually done by the uh, operations people, and they do all the scheduling of visits. Sometimes, yes, the sales reps also do, but they generally create visits which has to be executed then and there. A visit that I am a sales rep and I have to say visit two stores today, but in between I found that one store is kind of closed today, and instead of that I can visit another one. So the visit might not be planned from before. There may not be any record from before created in the application. So the sales reps are enabled to create some visits which are created then and there immediately, and has to be executed immediately, like on the same day. So if you see, the sales rep also is reviewing the operations people are reviewing customer account list. They are checking the notification, customer tasks, etc., view upcoming promotions and target customers, and then they're trying to schedule the visits, which is like schedule future visits manually. It is called advanced visit in our application, and there are lot of other ways of creating visits, like multiple new visits in the application, using something called trip lists, job lists in the visit. This is also a way of creating future visits. And then when you are creating these visits, you have to always select the customers for which you want to create those visits. And then in the next step, those visits get synced to the Outlook calendar, and then the sales rep also could get and see those visits in the mobile device. Later on, this is another flow. Later on, what the sales rep does during his store visit. Again, I mean, there are lots of steps, but briefly, they are the same thing that we just saw here. The sales rep first starts driving to the customer location. He looks at the map and checks, which location he has to go, what is the optimal route, and then he reaches the store and he checks into the planned visit. So this is one important step, that in the mobile, the sales rep has to do one activity which is called checking in the visit. Checking in means the visit has started officially, and after checking in, he can start the visit and look and go to the store cockpit. Store cockpit is something which is a functionality in the, or feature you can say, in the mobile device, which is not available in the web at all. I mean, if we go to the web version now, we will not be able to see store cockpit. And then store cockpit, and then in the store cockpit itself, he'll be able to see the past visit data. So if I have already visited this particular store 2 weeks back, I would be able to see what data I had captured at that point of time, what order and sales volume reports was there at that point of time, view previous order status, if all the orders were kind of completed before. So these are the steps of the visits that the sales rep has to take. Sometimes the sales rep, in some businesses, they also complete some visits via phone or via email. Even those have to complete the same steps, because when taking the data, recording the data, they will have to, kind of go to the store cockpit and look at all the data. What they will not do during email and phone visit is to look at the map and check, what route he has to go. Um, Okay, so then after looking at the past data, he kind of enters the store and then he discusses with the manager, takes his feedback, takes orders, log details of the stores, what is the condition of the store. He kind of tries to restock the shelves. See if the sales rep is also the delivery rep for the business, he will also be able to restock shelves and record that. And then he goes to the promotional data. He looks at the shelves and looks at the planogram. So sometimes the planograms are kept. There are objects to keep the planograms. Planograms are the kind of pictures of how the shelf should look like with the product of the company. So sometimes it happens that companies do not share, or when they are just onboarding in consumer goods cloud, they do not want to use all the objects immediately. They might be using some kind of SharePoint link, which is there where they store the planogram data. So they might try to use the same. So from the mobile device consumer goods cloud, the SharePoint link also could be kind of figured out. I mean, those links also could be given in the mobile device. And then once the planogram is seen, the sales rep goes to the shelves and sees, okay, this is not how it looks like, or this is how exactly it looks like. So he kind of records that conversation or records that picture as well. So whatever he was supposed to see is the planogram, and then what he sees, he takes the picture, and that becomes the realogram. Then he discusses the other opportunities, takes feedback, etc. If any order has to be generated, he creates the order agreement. Sometimes it is a pre-order it depends on the business. So for my business, there was a functionality of creating pre-order agreement, where there was no discussion on, or I mean, it is like a contract that happens between the company and the retailer, that within 3 months these are the things that will come into the store, and within next 6 months the payment will happen, that kind of thing. So this was a typical operation that my customer used to do, and this is how the flow used to look like for them. So there are a lot of other flows which will be kind of overwhelming at this point of time. As we go forward, we may again come back here if needed. So yes, so this is how a typical retail execution looks like. This use case we have, this user journey we have covered now. Um, it was a global multinational brewing company, and they had off-trade and on-trade both. Uh, uh, Both kind of trading, where their products were going to superstores, and what do I say? Their products were also being sold in the restaurants and pubs. So they have two types of trading and two types of visits and visit activities required. Okay, so this is user journey, and by this we can kind of finish the what we call the persona journeys. And we have come to the next slide, which talks about some kind of licenses and permissions. And to give users access to consumer goods cloud, what licenses and permissions you should give, it is listed. But yes, I have also put down some links where, when you do hands-on, or when you I think during hands-on it will not be required, because you will be doing the hands-on with the uh, already with the kind of demorg where all the data, dummy data, all the permission sets are already there. But this is a list of permission set that you should be looking at when you are implementing the consumer goods cloud.
Ma'am, I have
So
a question.
yes,
Sorry.
yes,
The
yeah.
question is when I have taken an IDO from the partner rod for consumer
Mm,
goods.
right.
So what I've seen is if you are taking the demo work from a trailhead, that
Mm,
30 days one,
oh, yes.
there you have the retail execution,
Mm,
tab, and
yes.
you can see all of those. But if I'm taking the IDO,
Mm,
what if I'm not being able to find any retail execution, and I've raised a ticket also, then Salesforce told me that you have to create one.
yeah. So for you have to create means you might have to enable the retail execution. So that
Okay.
is there. If you go to the setup,
Mm-hmm.
there is something called, if you go to the setup and consumer, let me see if my what I will show you is also a trailhead demo org. But
Okay.
let me still where is it? This one I think. Yes. So
Okay.
here, if I go to the setup, I think I have something called consumer. Hmm. See,
Mm-hmm.
retail execution settings, and you will have to kind of toggle it on. I think this is what it might be missing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, if this also doesn't help you, then you will have to probably ask them the steps. I mean, they will generally give you if you ask the steps. But
Okay.
what I feel is this might be missing in your org.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I'll try that out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sure, sure.
Then that is fine. Okay. Uh, okay. So right. Okay. So this is what we had learned in day one, and I will go to the okay, I'll save it and close it, and I'll go to the day two. So in the day two, what agenda I had set was doing a small recap. We had done our persona recap kind of thing already, but in this recap, we have some questionnaires which I will ask you to go through and tell me what may be the answers, and then we will go through the other portion, which is setting up and configuring, understanding the data model and difference between the two data model details. What I think is this part is very important, data model, and data model has a kind of deep dive inside it. So again, I mean, expect that we will not be able to finish everything in one session on data model. So we might have to continue data model again the next week. Um, okay, so going to the recap, um, whoever can answer can, give me the answer. Which of the following is not a benefit of using Salesforce in the consumer goods industry? Improved customer insights and targeting, streamlined order management and fulfillment, decreased collaboration and communication amongst teams, and more efficient sales process. So, which do you think is not a benefit of using CG Cloud? Anyone who can answer. Who is there? Shoikot is there. Anshita is there. Yeah. Who can answer me?
Yeah, I think as Ritobroto said, I think it will be option C.
Okay. What is option C? Yes, decrease collaboration. So yeah. So this is these kind of questions also come in the certification. These questions are all picked up from the sample questions
Okay.
that you generally get. in the internet, and those are all from the certifications. So basically, yes, I mean, this looks like it is very easy, because very straightforward, because when we are using a consumer goods cloud software, we will expect more improved customer insights. We will expect everything streamlined, more efficient sales process. What we will not expect is any kind of decreased collaboration, right? So this is the answer, right? Second is, what types of data can be tracked and analyzed during Salesforce in the CG industry? What data? Customer demographics and behaviors, sales performance and trends, inventory levels and distribution channels, and all of the above.
Yeah, it will be all of the above.
Great.
Yeah, because the sales can track customer sales and
What is it? I mean, I did not get you.
because the customer
Hmm.
club the customer sales and inventory all together, right?
Right. So that is why it is all of the above. Okay.
Mm.
Number three, how can consumer goods companies integrate Salesforce with other systems and technologies they use, such as ERP or BI tools? So they have given some options, like by using Salesforce native integration capabilities, working with third-party integration, by developing custom integration solutions in-house, and all of the above. So what do you
Will
think?
this be by using Salesforce native integration capabilities?
Yeah, that is right. But I mean, it is basically usable. But yes, you can also use other third
Yes.
party integration providers. You can also develop any kind of your own strategy, your own integration solution. Some people, some companies have their own in house tools made to do it. So, consumer goods is from Salesforce. Salesforce has capabilities to kind of plug into any kind of integration solution. So, the uh, answer would be all of the above. And then
Okay.
again, it is industry cloud, right? So it has a capability to integrate with anything that the company might be using. Okay, the next question, there are six actually, not more. So, how can Salesforce help consumer goods companies improve their customer service and support? By providing real-time insights into customer needs and preferences, by automating certain customer service tasks and workflows, by facilitating more personalized interactions with customers, and all of the above.
Again, it will be D, all of the
All
above.
of the above. Right. So everything could be done by CG Cloud. Number five, how can CG companies use Salesforce to optimize their pricing and promotion strategies? So we have identifying cross-selling and upselling opportunities, customer purchase patterns and preferences, tracking competitor pricing and promotions, all of the above.
They can do all the things. Last one, all of the
Yeah,
above.
all of the above. So everything could be captured from reports, and the data that the sales rep captures covers all of these. Which of the following are common retail user personas? Sales manager, field rep, CTO, delivery rep, VP of sales. So,
Sales manager,
mm,
incentive and
I think for my experience, it will be the all.
mhm. Right. So for me, what I would say is it is sales manager, field rep, delivery rep, and VP of sales. Why
I think
basically
right.
no VP of not VP of
All.
sales. A,
No, I'm
B,
saying
and
it's only mainly for field rep, right?
yes. So which
Yeah.
of the following are very common? Common people are sales manager,
Delivery,
field rep,
delivery.
and delivery rep.
Yeah.
These are because they are common. And CTOs and VP of sales, they really do not come into the day-to-day strategy picture. That those are basically done by the sales manager or maybe a senior manager kind of a persona. A CTO and VP of sales, they are very high above, so they do not really participate. Okay. Okay, so whoever are there in the training, how many of you have set up the CG Cloud from the trial, from this one?
I did, but the thing is that I tried yesterday
Hmm.
and waited for last 2 hours,
Okay.
and the link uh,
Was not
link dropped
activated.
in my email. Yeah,
Okay, but
today in the morning.
today were you able to check?
Yeah. I already sign up for two types of org.
Oh,
One is
okay.
pre-configured, one is no configured. I have to do.
Okay.
So I want to try both of that.
Both of them. Okay. Yeah. So yes, you can start with the configured ones so that whatever is given there, you can kind of understand those. Yeah. So here, what I have given in this, when I give the PPT, you'll be able to get few things which are handy links. And definitely, you will be able to find out these links as well. But yeah, I have just given it. Okay. So this looks a bit hazy, but uh, this data model is an overview. It is a conceptual one. We will come to the detailed data model in the later slides. So if you see in the conceptual one, all the main headers are present. Like you have few objects which has objects or features which is part of product mastering. Like product 2 is the core object, and you have other things like creating hierarchy of products, etc. You have customer master. Again, you all know what is customer mastering. You have account, you have account hierarchy, and then you have other relationships. You have templates of account, you have account manager, org unit, etc. And then you have something which is basically part of field sales or part of CG Cloud, like product assortment. Products assortment is typically for using it in the storefronts. That is why it has a lot of CG Cloud element which are in purple. And then you have visits and assets. Again, visit is a CG Cloud element. I don't know why this asset is given as a CG Cloud element. Maybe it is, but we basically use a lot of core objects as well when we implement CG Cloud. So we have to check if this asset is from CG Cloud or it is wrongly given. And then we have other things like advanced promotion, we have advanced order, we have advanced activities, we have promotional rewards, we have enhanced master data. Like when you talk about accounts and all, we have something which is called enhanced data and available only in enhanced data model. So if you want to use any of these features, functionalities, you have to use the enhanced data model. Not that you cannot achieve CG Cloud features from the base model. You can also achieve, but enhanced model gives you a lot more capabilities. So it depends on what you want to give as a solution, what the company wants as a solution. So you have something called penny perfect pricing. This one is something that even I have not worked on. So if we go through this, we will have to go through this together. That's fine. And then we have something called sales folder, user substitution. These are very important thing because user substitution. Okay, sales folder is something where this is part of selling things like new products, new promotions, where you put all the data for your sales activity. Substitution is another feature where if the sales rep is absent for any reason, say the company might have few other people who could be substituted instead of that particular sales rep. That substitution, it can happen that another sales rep who is having less load and in the same area could be substituted, or sometimes it is the other people like the back office manager or the sales manager himself, they also could be substituted. So anyone could be substituted in as a user, and then that person would have the capability to go through all the mobile device features. So so this is one important feature which is very frequently used in the companies. Again, we will go to the next slide. This is something that I wanted to start today at least, which is Consumer Goods Cloud data model. So Consumer Goods Cloud, basically it has two data models. One is the base data model and the other one is enhanced. And why two? Because when this particular product was being developed, at first few features were given. You can see all the features here in the list. And then later on, when Salesforce took it over, and then this particular product was again developed more looking at the market condition, what the market wants, etc. Then Salesforce kept on adding relationships and objects and features, of course. So from that came the enhanced data model. So base data model is a core data structure that powers very essential CG Cloud operations. So if it is a small company and wants features that already the base model holds, you can always kind of work with the base data model, not the enhanced data model, because enhanced has a lot of more capabilities and lot more features, relations. So if a company has requirements which would be fulfilled for next 5 years or 10 years roadmap, that could be completed by base data model, then it is advised to go with the base data model because advanced is very complex. Okay, core objects of base data model are account, which stores basic customer or store information; product, that holds product details; visit, which captures some visit information including date, location, etc. Order, definitely order, product, account. These are all core objects from our, not core, I mean standard objects. You would get it in sales and service sales as well. So order is also standard objects, manages simple order entry and tracking. And then comes inventory, that monitors stock levels at each location. Now, key features include standard fields for basic custom and product information, supports basic custom relationship mapping, and ideal for smaller or less complex CG Cloud implementations. If you want to understand more from help document, I have already given the link. You can go through these. So this is the base data model list. And if we go to enhanced data model next, what we will see is, the advanced data model or enhanced data model is an expanded data structure, and it supports advanced retail executions and analytics. So what are the extended things that it has? It has advanced account. It includes fields for multi-location relationships, customer hierarchies, segmentations. Then comes product. You have product hierarchy there. You have enhanced visit planning. So visit objectives, tasks, optimized route planning, creation, management of trip list, multiple visit creation, visit record creation at one go. All those things are part of all these in this enhanced data model. Advanced order management is handling multi-tier pricing, discounts, promotional tracking, inventory insights, though you have inventory management in the base model as well, but in enhanced model, it has features like real-time stock levels, providing alerts for low stock or replenishments, and you have advanced activity management. This is also very important because this mm, uh, advanced activity management actually forms the base of visits. So this is very important, and we will go through this advanced activity management as well. um, Survey and store audits, yes, again this is part of visit. Again, I mean, setting up tasks and service which the sales reps will go through. um, User substitutions, substitute a field rep during absence, as I told you before. Asset management. So asset management, here, what is asset management here? It is mainly the asset which are given to the stores for keeping the products. Like, say, when you are giving, maybe you are a company who sells milk, maybe milk or bread and things like that, which are not very durable. So things that should be kept in the fridge. Not always bread, but let's take the example of milk. So milk should be always kept in the fridge before, in the superstores, when we see the milks in bottles or packets, we always see them cold because they are always kept in the fridge. Those fridges are generally given by the companies who are giving you the products to sell. So whether those freezers are working or not, so those kind of management is also required as part of store visit. um Penny perfect pricing, again, I mean, supports volume discounts and all. This is part of pricing management. Sales folders, again, it is a kind of container that is used by field sales rep to organize and access all visit related content and activities for a retail stores. So these are the kind of containers which has all promotions, tasks, assessments, documents, everything available in sales folder. Customizable fields for deeper insights, supports advanced analytics, best suited for organizations with large retail networks and complex data needs. So for my implementation, I'll give you this example that for my implementation, the Global Brewery Company, they are a global company, right? So they have very large retail networks everywhere in Europe, US, everywhere. So their data need is definitely very complex. But how they went through is, they took enhanced data model because they wanted advanced activity management. They wanted enhanced visit planning, part of advanced order management as well, surveys, store audits. But then, not it is not the case that they are using all of these features. They are, at this point of time, maybe, for example, they are not using penny perfect pricing at this point of time because they are using SAP for promotions and pricing, and they are kind of planning to integrate those data into CG Cloud. So this kind of scenarios you are going to end up with, where you have to um, look at what are their needs and decide on the data model, and also decide on the strategy on what you are going to take from the enhanced data model or what you are not going to take. Yes, again, the link is given here. um okay, so if we go to the next one, yes, this is the actual data model which you will get in the Salesforce, what do I say, you will get in the Salesforce link. So this is only on retail execution. We will go through a lot of these retail execution part going forward, like, most of these parts. Um, This is how it looks like as a whole. And if you see all these purple boxes, these are consumer goods cloud objects, and the white objects here are not consumer goods cloud objects. They are all standard ones. So, and yes, there are, kind of given that, what kind of relationships the pictures mean. And you can go through these and find out, what relationships they have. The most important feature of a retail execution is, as you know, it is visit. That is why this is the center of the whole data model. And with visit, you will have account, you will have stores. Again, it depends on your implementation strategy. What are you going to use? Are you going to use only account and account hierarchy, or are you going to use retail store and store groups? Because the more you start using the CG Cloud in the first implementation, you are landing into more complexity. Like for my implementation, we have not gone into retail store group or retail store. We have kept ourselves confined into account and account hierarchy, because we did not want a lot of complexity in the first implementation. So yes, but you have a lot of capabilities here to kind of work with store groups, store assignments, store locations, everything you have, which you will be able to use. If you want to use, you can definitely go and use all those things. So if you see around visit, one thing we have is account, retail store group, again retail stores, store locations. Another part, we have the product part, which has the assortment, store assortment. There are some junction objects called assortment product. And then there are promotions, promotion product, again one junction object. We have planogram and railogram in image. So these are also CG Cloud objects, which is widely used. And also we have this part, which is advanced activity management. If you see these action plan template, action plan, template items, assessment task, indicator definition, all of these are part of advanced activity management, and very important to derive the KPIs for the visit. So what kind of KPI you are achieving from the visits are very important for any CG Cloud company. So for recording all of those, these advanced activity management is very much required. What do we have? Okay, why is it coming like that? Give me 1 second. Okay, yeah. Yes.
Ma'am, I have a question
Yes.
regarding this
Tell me.
construction.
Yes. Tell
Is
me.
that image object
Mm.
working like the files?
Yes. Like what I have seen in my experiences, in the image object, you have really the images there, and you can, click on those images and see um, what image is stored there, and look at those images. And also whatever picture you take, you can go and store. So it should work as file object. It should have a storage capacity. You should be able to kind of increase the capacity as well with talking to Salesforce. So I think it works as file object.
Okay, okay, okay.
But yes, why they have given the image object, it is to make it compatible with the mobile device. So in the
I think
CG Cloud app, yeah,
extra features will be there. That's
yes.
why they are.
So they have, right. In the CG Cloud app, if you have to make it compatible, only files will not suffice. That is why it is given. And if you keep in these planogram and reelograms, it is going to be pulled into the KPI as well. So that is why these features are there. So it will be directly pulled into the KPI. Okay, now Yes. Yeah. So aspect of difference between the base data model and enhanced data model. So if you want to see, any implementation from, a bird's eye view, which means a top view kind of a thing, and kind of want to strategize what should I go with, whether we should go through a base data model or enhanced data model. This is the kind of comparison that you can look at. How is the data complexity? Do you only need the basic data structure of CG Cloud with some standard objects and simpler relationships? How do you want to do the visit tracking? Do you want to do only basic visit execution and logging, like you have the place, time, date, some in-store tasks of visit tracking, and that's it? Or do you want to have the advanced visit planning capabilities, follow-ups, routing, everything? So enhanced data model doesn't support, sorry, base data model will not support enhanced, visit planning activities. So all those things. Order management also has some capabilities. Inventory and analytics also have capabilities. So this is again a high level comparison looking at which you can strategize. Um, yeah, if you have questions, just stop me there. Store, so we will try to start with this store data model. So any application, even if you go with, if you go with sales and service application, you will start with the master data, right? So store data model is kind of master data for you when you come to CG Cloud. Let me check if I have anything. Yeah. So this includes entities related to the physical store, its location, and in-store location within the store. So if you see that a retail store, which is the example as NTO Ferry Plaza Market, which means a particular store which is from the company NTO, Northern Trail Outfitters, and it is a store located somewhere in Ferry Plaza Market. That is why the name is NTO Ferry Plaza Market. The type is a retail store. The parent account is Northern Trail Outfitters. So Northern Trail Outfitters might have, thousands of its retail store across the country, or even in a particular city. And then that is why it is one is to many. And then it has a retail store group uh, part as well. This object, how it behaves is, for a particular account, you may have miscellaneous stores, or you may have a store only for particular types of products, or you may have a booth kind of store, where daily things come and daily things go, like milk booth, etc. So things like that you can configure through the store groups. Is it a superstore group, or is it a booth, or is it a um, medium kind of, the stores that you run in the small cities, like kirana stores or off license stores? So all these kind of grouping you can also do depending on the business, what kind of stores they run. Or do they want to record everything as retail store object? So retail location group or retail store group is another important object, where one retail store group might have multiple stores in the location, or again, one particular store may classify into multiple location groups. Like say this particular retail store, this might have a milk booth as well, and it might be a big retail store also at the same time. So at the same time, it will be part of retail location group, miscellaneous stores or superstores, and it will also be part of the booth. So I'm trying to give you a real life example how it might, you might look at it. And then with the store objects, you have location. This location is basically the geographic location where the retail store is located. So when you have the retail store object, you will have lookup to the location, and you will have to select, which location a particular retail store is located. So this is easy. It is location. And then for any particular store, you have visits. So when you record the visits, those visits would be based on the retail stores if you are recording their stores as retail stores. For my customer, we used to bind the visits with account, because even his retail stores, or whichever um, type of retail stores they used to sell their goods, all the records were recorded as account and child accounts and all. So they did not want to, or you know rather our architects did not want to use retail store for now. You have another object. I don't know why it is not given. I have taken it up, the picture from the trailhead. It is in-store location. So in a particular retail store, you may have, different aisles, right? You may have different aisles, or you may have a cash counter where, even in the cash counter, there might be some products which are very fast moving, like chocolates, maybe. In a corner stores, you will find, in the cash counter, there are lot of fast moving things placed. Why they are placed? Because those are strategic locations. So all those things are all the products that you see in a retail store are kept in those shelves. By thinking strategically where the customers goes most, what the customer picks up most. So all those strategies are there, and every retail store maintains in-store location. So in-store location may be, um, like I told, cashier location. It might be first aisle, it might be second aisle, it might be last aisle, it might be freezer location. So things like those kind of records will be there in in-store locations. And when you kind of look at the planogram, or do the store audit, you are going to record the location of the products through in-store location. So this is an important feature. Again, the link is given, and I have taken it from Trailhead. That's why the reference is given. If you want to have more insights into how all these 5-6 objects work, you can go to this Trailhead and try to understand more. But whatever is there in the Trailhead, I have tried to make you understand through this real life example. So this is store data model, which is the one basic one which you will set up in the beginning. So in the store data model, what I mean, even in Sales Cloud, what do you think accounts are? They are information about the customers you do business with. And here in Consumer Goods Cloud, you have these types of accounts available: trade organizations, stores, wholesalers, prospective clients, like that. So I remember last day somebody was asking, are the accounts objects same with consumer goods? So it's not exactly the same. So there are a lot of additional things that are given here, like you might see that for an account these types are already available. Account hierarchy could have validity, start date, and end date. So an account which might be categorized as a store, it may have a validity start date. The store might be opening in next 7 days, and then the end date might be the store is valid for next 5 years, because the contract with that rental space is for next 5 years. So that is why those start date and end date. So you can see a lot of other aspects are caught into these objects. Again, contacts. Contacts store information about the people you interact here in the accounts, and each retail store under an account can have different primary contact. So even if you have accounts and each account could have its own primary contact, again each retail store object, if you capture data in retail store object as well, they might also have different primary contacts. Customer accounts can have different categories or partner roles assigned to them. Customer roles relevant. Okay, this is very important. So it is like, who pays you? You are a company who are probably selling consumer goods to these retail stores. Mm, what say Metro Cash and Carry in India. Um, I don't know if it still operates. When I was there, it was just opening. So, say Metro Cash and Carry is a account for your company. You give your products to Metro Cash and Carry retail stores, but you do not collect the payment from each retail store. You collect it from the master account, right? Or you collect it from the uh, local master account who handles all those retail stores. So again, when you deliver things, you are some companies deliver store directly to the retail store. Some companies will deliver to the warehouse of a particular account. So those kind of roles also you can put in your account record. Say bill to, an account that will be billed for an order. Pay to, an account that pays for an order, and it might not be the same always. So you might bill the master account, but you might have the payment from the local handler, whoever handles the Metro Cash and Carry of Calcutta Metropolitan. He might be paying you, but you might be billing to the Pan India Metro Cash and Carry group. So these are the different types of thing, like delivery recipient. Again, delivery recipient might be each and every retail store of Metro Cash and Carry. This is called ship to. Orderer, this is called sold to. Where are you ordering? Are you ordering to to the level of master account, or are you ordering to the local handler? Are you ordering to the level of the retail stores? So it might be anything. Customer, again, a parent customer account. Store is a retail store that sells products directly to consumers. So just like, you have this retail store object, you can also have these role categorization of a particular account. And the customer roles that are relevant to both retail execution and trade promotion management are, okay. Customer roles are promotions and brokers. Promotion is an account that handles the sales promotion, and broker is a wholesaler who buys products from manufacturers. And then again, so if you have it depends again on the business. Most business will have a wholesaler in between who is a broker. So you can capture those people as well as accounts. The customer role relevant to trade promotion management is fund. And I think, ah, right. So if you go to TPM, we are not looking at detail of TPM in this training, but this is another customer role that you will see if you start using TPM in future. Fund is also an account where it holds cash or cash equivalents. Retail stores, again, retail stores are physical locations where visits are created for the field reps. You can record details about each store and assign to them. So say there are some additional details which are captured, include store size, store location, priority, operating hours. So when the stores open, when the store closes. So all those records are needed, all those fields are needed, because your reps might have a preferred visit hour depending on when the store closes and when the store opens. Preferred delivery method, again, how the store wants the delivery to be. So all those factors are there in retail stores object. So if you want to capture in very detail, what each retail store wants, then you may want to, strategize your solution in a way where you are using retail store object, not only account object. Retail store groups are again collection, where kind of decide what type and range of products you are going to sell in the stores which falls in that category. For example, again, account Northern Trail Outfitters, like you just you just saw. So there is a say company which is called Alpine Group, and they have some energy bars, energy drinks, etc., which are its products. And they bill the NTO account, the master account, for all of its products it sells to the stores or on its web portal. Now, retail store group, this one, say for NTO account, NTO miscellaneous stores, that is the one of the retail store group. And retail store, this object is to capture the physical NTO store. And sales manager is responsible for the NTO account, as well as the categories below it, and as well as the stores below it. So you might have 10 sales manager for NTO accounts. One sales manager may be looking at the retail stores which are located at North Calcutta, or somebody at the south. So you might have a geographical variation, and you might have categorized your groups like that, or you might have categorized your groups through the types and ranges of products you handle, and your sales manager are assigned in that way. So these kind of business process, when you go on and look at your customers and try to understand their business process, you'll have to ask right questions, right? So these are the things that will help you to ask right questions, so that your solution comes with the right strategy. And again, there are other things like in store level, you also have store type which have a pick list. Like a regular store, you will have store priority, which indicates how important it is to maintain its brand presence at that particular location. Say um, in a location, like in a school location or in a college location, a particular brand might be very popular, so it is very important to maintain that brand there. Maybe in other location, that brand is not in demand that much. So this kind of features, or this kind of data, you can capture easily in this CG Cloud objects. And if you want to make use of the enhanced data model optimized in an optimized manner, you will have to know all these, and you'll have to know what questions you should ask to your customers. Okay. So this is 7 o'clock now. I think at 7:30 we will wrap up. So do you want a break now? Because I just realized we have not given a break. Sorry for that. Do you want a break, or do you want to continue for next half an hour?
Chandrani ma'am, it's already
Yeah.
it's already over my head.
Yes. Yes.
Stop.
Yeah. So you want to continue, right?
No,
Okay.
it is echoing from our ears.
Yes, it is echoing, and I cannot. I mean, I think I am not able to hear clearly whom. Anshita. Anshita's voice is coming as very slow. like, delayed and slow. Yes. Oh,
My wife, so I'm
okay. Wi-Fi is problem maybe.
hello.
Hello? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I guess it is a Wi-Fi problem. That's fine. So we will continue, right? Then.
I don't want to continue today.
Okay. So do you think it is too much for today? And
Yes,
you okay?
but if everyone agrees, then we can stop, or otherwise.
It is just three people, right?
Otherwise,
Yeah, I think, ma'am,
Okay.
we can continue this more in this class.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, so it's just half an hour more, and yeah, we can do another data model. What we can do is you can just do another data model and wrap up for today.
okay.
And yeah, so we will go to the product. Why I'm going to accounts and products and all, even though these are more standard objects and you already might have known about this, because there are features in CG Cloud and how the relationship is there. And if we want to understand the data model, we have to go step by step. We cannot really omit one and go to the other. So that is why. Okay. So what we can do before going to the next data model, let me just open here. Maybe here. Have you guys, okay. In the next session, I would like all of you to open, this. Mm, I'll check if we have retail store here. I think we
Yes, we
have.
have.
Yeah, see, we have everything: retail stores, store KPIs, and retail visit KPIs, everything. Okay, so if you have already opened your, um, yeah. So if I go to the account, you will have a lot of example of how things are, recorded here, and you can always kind of look at the data that are uh, given in this org, because this is a learning org and it helps you to learn the features. So if you see, there are loads of related items. How many related? See, 28 related items if you see. And it is almost impossible that in one implementation, in one go, you are going to use everything. So you will be mostly using these things like opportunities or product assortment, visits definitely, because if you are using retail execution, visits is the most important thing. You may be using store products, store assortments. You will be using account team definitely, because this says who is managing the account. Customer managers is something which is okay, this is something very important for CG Cloud, because on this customer manager, a lot of features are there on customer managers as well. So when we delve into the features, we will also come to the customer managers, what it does and all. You have trade org hierarchies. I have never used it, but definitely, this might be something that depends on the business whether you will use or not. Customer visit settings. Again, this is something which is very important in account. This is also a feature that in turn controls few features in mobile. Again, I know in web as well. You have org units. And you have few things like, assets, like account receivables, files, etc. So you can see a lot of things which you can identify immediately, and a lot of things are there which are kind of new. So if you go through this, you would understand that there are some differences in this account and the account that we see in sales, in any sales application. Again, do we have the retail store here? Yeah, retail stores. Yeah, see, so this is again a kind of record. So Buy It flagship store Berlin. So Buy It flagship is a kind of store, like, retail store in Berlin. Maybe the name is like that. Buy It flagship, you can have it in different locations. One is in Berlin, again one is in New Delhi, one is in San Francisco, like that, and you will have its own data, like the store type, the priority, the payment method. If you see what the payment methods are, maybe this retail store accepts payment only by cash, some accepts payment by credit, some by check. So see how many types of data you can store in the CG cloud, and how complex the operations could be. What thousand types of questions you might have to ask, and ask whether they want to implement those in CG cloud. So if you go to only account and stores, your entire day might go was just researching on accounts and stores and trying to understand to the deepest level. So yeah, so in your free time, if you have, you can always um, go to these objects and try to figure out that what are there in the related objects and how they work with each other. So this is store. And okay, and you have visit KPIs and store KPIs. Do we have any data in the KPIs? Yeah. So yes, Buy It Germany. So again, Buy It flagship, it has a particular KPI where the retail store group is called Buy It, and your assessment indicator definition, again, I mean, this is part of data model itself, but it comes later. So if you go to the KPIs have a lot of things, if you go down in each step, it has assessment indicator definition. Again, it has assessment indicator. Now, what are the things that you capture as indicators? So all of those part of the KPIs. So KPI is something that maybe we can look at later on. Right now we can look at retail store groups because you have looked at the account already. So this is a retail store group which is called Buy in Germany, and you have all the retail stores under it, which is flagship store Berlin, Buy It stores somewhere else. I don't know, I can't even pronounce it. So it is like how it relates with each other. This is something that you can look at. You have a retail store group where Buy It flagship is a child. Again, you have a lookup to the account with each child store. So the relationship is very important, because otherwise data that you capture in account is not going to flow down to store level, or again whatever data you capture in store level, you need some of those data to flow up to the account, some to the group level. So those are not going to flow if the relationships are not configured properly. The relationships are already there, but you need to configure the data in that way, right? So that is why looking at the dummy data is very important to understand any industry cloud. Okay, so this is like store group and stores. What else can do we have? Action plan templates and KPIs we will not go because this is too complex. Those are we will do it in a fresh session. Okay, we have some time left till 7:30, 25 minutes. Okay, we can just go to product data and then finish today's session. Sorry, I tried to, yeah. Right. So if you look at, product data, product and assortment. So the standard objects, if you see here, those are gray ones, and the white ones are basically the junction object. And definitely the purple ones are consumer goods cloud. So if you think about products and store products, you can track all products that are either sold at a store or eligible for sale there using the store product junction object. Store product records can be associated directly with a specific store. So where is store product here? Store product. So it can be associated directly to a specific store. So retail store might have a lot of products that it sells. So instead of putting the products directly, it uses a junction object, because the same product might be sold in multiple stores as well, right? So to just capture the relationship, a junction object is there. Again, a store product may also be related to a location retail store group, and also in an in-store location. So where are you going to capture the location in the store where a particular, say, chocolate bar or medicines maybe in a retail store, common medicines. So all those things are generally captured in in-store location. This is what I was missing in the previous screenshot. So in a store product object, you are going to also associate it with in-store location, not only with the retail store or the store group, but also where in the store this particular product is located. If the store kind of changes the location frequently, because I have seen this happening in the superstores here, maybe for a month they're keeping a product in aisle 1, and the second month I go and I don't see the product there, I see the same product in aisle 3 or aisle 4. So they do it according to the customer flow, how the customer flows in the floor, and accordingly the record changes as well in the application. So this is also something that the rep will go and capture, that, oh, okay, the store product is not anymore in this location, it is now in a certain other location. So if he is not able to do it through his mobile device, he will be taking a note, and then the operations team is going to change that kind of that record accordingly. So if you see product categories and assortments, product categories are a group of products based on their physical attributes or similarities, and assortments are group products based on their selling capabilities. So if selling capability is same for different category products, they may fall into the same assortment. So these are two different things when you come to the products and assortments. And direct relationships used when a specific set of products is most likely to be sold at a particular store. As I told, maybe in a school location, a particular brand of or a particular chocolate is sold more, or a particular pencil is sold more. These things might be, you might be trying to capture all these what do I say? I mean, all these factors of a store or of a product in the your CG Cloud. So that is the time when you make use of all these assortments, product categories, direct relationships, and definitely if you even go for the small implementation of CG Cloud, if they're using the enhanced data model, assortment is you are bound to use, because this is something which is very basic to any consumer goods company, that they are going to divide their products as per the selling capabilities. Do we have anything on product? Yes. So yes, so product, we will finish this with this particular thing. So just bear with me a little more. Product templates and status, right? Okay, so product hierarchy, product attributes, product conditions, units of measure. So you will have all these fields in the master data where all this information will be stored. So if you see a product category, then product group, product level. Again, in the product level, you will have category, subcategory, brand, flavor, package, so and product. So when you configure the product, you will have all these levels available. Come to the product templates. What is product templates? So in CG Cloud, you create products from active product templates, and it is essential to map a product to the relevant sales org as well. So these are some important points regarding products. Also, a product template is mandatory to use the products for any advanced feature that you might use, like advanced order. So they have CG Cloud has made all these things mandatory, like you have to use product templates. One product might be very similar to the other products, only the color might differ, or few minor things might differ. So for those cases, go and use a product template. Based on that templates, you can have multiple products, only the color might vary. So this kind of features are available in product templates. So parent product, maybe the parent product is Alpine summer drinks, and it might have a template example as Alpine energy drinks. So summer drinks might have a template called Alpine energy drinks, and the category might be beverages. So I'm just trying to give you some example of data which you will anyway see in the in your org as well. Again, so product templates and product we have gone through. Product status is something that again you get by default for statuses. One is delivery, which includes products in the order taking process. Field, which displays products in the product overview of the order disposal list. So it will something will go to the field in a few hours. So that becomes product status automatically becomes field, or if you have manual process manually. CAM, key account manager. So it includes products and promotions that are planned by the key account manager. So the key account managers generally plan the promotions. So those products have a status called CAM status. And then new item, it displays products with a new item icon in the disposal list of new items. So these are all features that CG Cloud gives you, and it's up to you whether you use some of these, all of these, nothing here, or you just customize few things. Yeah, so for order taking process, product should be in active state and in either delivery or field status. Product can be in varying status from one time period to another. So for a particular product which is for which you are taking order, it might be in delivery status for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks it might become field status because it is now going to the stores. So yes, so that is how you look at the product object and product master and account master. So these are the two things we have looked at today: store data model and product assortment data model. Yeah, next one will be promotion and all, and we will definitely, whoever attends, I will ask them to take a look at the dummy org as well, so that we can kind of do some exercises if we want. Okay, so I guess that is what we wanted to cover today, because yeah, there was no break today. So let's give you some time back, 15 minutes back now. And yeah, that's why I was feeling, why I'm feeling a bit tired. Okay, I have not given Any break. Sorry for that. What you do, Shoikat or whoever joins, just ask me after an hour that
Okay.
we need a break.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, sure. Oh.
Okay. So yeah. So bye for today. We may meet. When is the Saraswati Puja? What is the date?
23rd.
It is on Friday, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Here it is on Saturdays and Sundays, so I will have to check. But I hope it is in the morning for me, early morning. I hope I'll be able to take it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Bye bye.
Yeah. Thank
Bye
you.
for now. Thank you.